You going to Indy?
Nope.
Ooh, darn. Go for it. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll go into questions for players. Coach, when you're ready.
Yeah, certainly, I have a lot of respect for Gonzaga. I think they're a really good team, really great program. They're a team that understands what toughness really looks like, and I thought during stretches that I came, they beat us in some toughness categories. I just have a ton of respect. So, but I thought our young ladies played with an incredible amount of resilience and found a way to defend, get some stops, play some simple basketball. Share the basketball down the stretch and make really big plays and made some shots and got big stops. So I thought there were a lot of our players who made some really important things happen for us. But I thought the energy in the arena, Williams Arena, was unbelievable. So tribute to all of our fans who came out. That really was a fun environment.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go into questions for Grace and Amaya.
Amaya, obviously, congratulations, a career high, 35 points for you. There were stretches that Coach talked about where you guys, the shooting went cold and then it kind of got hot again. Did you feel that you had to lead that way? You were feeling it all game long.
Well, thanks first. And I just feel like anytime we're not making shots, like we all have a sense of urgency. We're like, okay, we need to like stick a shot, get a stop, and like score. So I think just throughout the whole team, we were like, all right, we gotta get a bucket. And I knew my teammates definitely had it. Like G had some clutch threes, and Tori got to the hoop. Like everybody was doing something.
So you guys start the game looking like you're not going to miss a shot for the whole game.
It's nice you to remember things that happened.
But you guys were down 6 with 3.5 minutes left, and then boom, 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 you get 3 stops, you get 3 threes. What changed at that point? What do you think changed?
I think it's less of what changed, but it's more of what she said, just having that sense of urgency, staying together and looking at each other. Like every huddle, we were like, we're going to do this. We're going to get that shot. We're going to get that stop. And I think that's just what helped us stay together and make those things happen.
Tell me what you thought when you saw that 3 go through that gave you guys the lead.
Felt good. I was just going to keep shooting it. I mean, they were getting me open. I had open looks. So I was just going to keep shooting it. So glad that one went in.
Have either of you seen the movie Hoosiers?
She just asked us that. I did when I was younger, but I definitely need a refresher.
I mean, just talk about what it feels like to be going to a rather historic venue to play your hopefully next 2 games. That's where they shot the Hoosiers final scene.
It's cool. I've been there once before. It's a really cool place to play. The barn's pretty up there, but we're excited to just be in Indy. So.
Okay. I mean, we all know that you struggle sometimes to remember specifics of games, even minutes after they've finished. But after all that you did tonight, what are you going to take away memory-wise from this game about the way you played?
I think I'm just going to take away how our team stuck together. Like, I knew we were up, I don't know, like 11 at some point, and then I think we got down like 7 or 8. But even when we were down and we had that swing, we stayed together, and in every huddle we were encouraging, and we were just giving each other energy. And I think I'm just going to remember that because that's something we can definitely do moving forward.
And I think this was the loudest Amaya's been all season. Like every huddle she was saying something every time she had the ball, even if the last play, we dribbled down somewhere we didn't want to be, she was aggressive the next play. She did an amazing job tonight.
You're also aggressive on the boards, a double-double, you had 10 rebounds too. It seemed, and maybe this for the whole team, every time you guys kind of got into the nitty-gritty, you guys played better and harder.
Like we showed toughness?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. No, Donnie P preaches about toughness all the time. And I think this is a game where we definitely demonstrated it.
Don, can you talk about a little bit about Holloway? She didn't score, but she made some real key plays in the game. Just talk about her play. She progressed over the last few weeks.
Right, I thought Nia has given us some really important minutes, especially in the last 3 games. in this tournament. I think she's made some really significant things happen for us in the Toledo game. It was getting some stops, but scoring, I think, on 3 straight possessions or 2 straight possessions and a third one closely after that. Certainly in the Missouri State game, I thought she was someone who attacked, and I thought she did a good job really hitting the glass. And today, you know, we had some matchup issues with, I say her name wrong all the time. How do you say her name? 15, how do you say her last name?
Yvonne Ejim.
Ejim, yeah, I want to pronounce it wrong all the time, but we had some matchup issues with Ejim, and I thought Nia came in, and I thought Nia gave us some really important minutes defending her, and then certainly G had her at times, and I thought Amai did a great job, but Nia gave us a great boost. You know, what we need to get from Nia, the next step is to do that without fouling, because we'd like her to stay in the game a little bit longer than that.
Before we continue with Coach, are there any more questions for players?
Well, one last question for you. Am I go to the line with, I think 27 seconds left to go and make 2 free throws that essentially ice this game? Can you, I mean, I know you said in the past that one of the things you try to do is just kind of clear your mind before you take shots, but what were your thoughts as you went to the line at that point?
Well, I was actually aware of what was going on in the game, and I knew this were pretty critical growing up. And I think I was like in the huddle, I was like, all right, these are gonna go in. And then when I was shooting the free throw, I just sung a song in my head.
You sung a song in your head?
Yeah, because
What
one
song
of
was
my
it?
coaches freshman year was like, your muscle memory knows what to do, but when you think too much, it can like trip you out. So she was like, you could sing a song in your head, and I was like, all right.
What were you singing?
I was singing "The Spins" by Mac Miller. It's like one of my favorite songs ever.
It works.
It works.
Grace, one last question for me for you. You said you were just going to keep shooting. That confidence that you have to have in yourself from games past to be in that situation and not press, how did you overcome that so that you could get into that sweet spot again?
Yeah, I mean, I was getting set up with great looks. I think like that's the first thing. And you know, if you don't take a good shot, that's almost, you know, hurting the team. So I think I was just trying to take good looks when they came, and I knew eventually one would go in, but yeah, so just taking good looks and making sure that I'm, you know, staying confident, because that helps the all-around game.
Thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Trim. See that? I've seen a bit.
We can continue with questions for Coach.
Have you ever seen a box, Coach was, the Gonzaga coach said one, she's never seen a box score quite like this, where a team had like 74 of its 82 points scored by 3 players.
Well, it's really interesting because we kept talking about how, you know, if she's talking about our team scoring
Yeah.
or their team scoring, because I was gonna say, we kept talking about how Ejim was a kid that you have to have really good attention to, and obviously she only had 27 and only had 9 offensive rebounds. At one point in time, I think in the first half, we thought, you know, she might set an NCAA record in offensive rebounds. It was just impressive. It was just absolutely amazing what she was doing. So, anyway, about our team, yeah, I will say this, I thought we got into stretches where we did a really good job moving the ball and sharing the ball. We got into stretches where we didn't do that, and our offense wasn't very good during those stretches. But I think some of the players who, as Charles mentioned, kind of came in and gave us a boost, didn't necessarily do it in a scoring fashion. I thought Sophie Hart played really, really well, and she played great for us down the stretch, and our offense was a lot better when she was in the game, and she was moving and sharing, moving the ball and emptying the lane and screening and getting people open and setting some ball screens and then rolling, and different things were happening for us. So even though maybe her stat sheet doesn't look like she scored many points, she really helped us a great deal. Mia Holloway really helped us a great deal in a lot of those scenarios too. So it doesn't always show up in scoring, and it didn't necessarily today, but we're fortunate.
When you look at the box, you think battle scoring, and yes, she was incredible scoring, but it seemed like she was just showing a kind of a force the action kind of mentality that she hasn't always shown, but is shown more of late. I mean, just a lot of the toughness that you had tonight came from her, right?
Yeah, she played an incredible game, and again, I thought early in the game she was really attacking and making really good things happen and understanding, you know, kind of getting the ball moving, and then later on, maybe in the possession, taking her kind of pat and, you know, pull up or get all the way to the rim. I thought she, during the stretch, kind of got herself in a couple tough spots and tried to pass it through some kids. But then to her credit, and I think G kind of mentioned this, made adjustments and continued to be aggressive and attack, but attacked in a little bit different way and played and created some shots for others as well. So at the same time, again, if without her, I think what she did, and it doesn't really probably show up on a stat sheet, but what she did in defending Egypt during the end of that game was really crucial for us. We just couldn't match up, we couldn't guard, and we sometimes had 2 players on her, and that still didn't work. And so just the way she defended late in the game was really important for us.
I know you were joking around with them about toughness, but it seemed we got a little chippy a little bit point, but physical toughness, but also mental toughness when it counted too.
Well, absolutely. You know, we have 3 pillars in our program. The first one is toughness, the second one is togetherness, and the third one is find a way. And I think today was a game where we had to demonstrate all 3 of those qualities. So, and I think in doing that, our young ladies had a lot of fun doing it at the same time.
Any more questions?
Great.
Great, thank you.